the ring light reflected in her wide eyes as the camera rolled. Cassidy Lynn, a 23-year-old TikTok sensation, struck a final pose and smiled. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like and follow. Love y'all. She ended the video with a wink and uploaded it like she had hundreds of times before. But this video was different. Within hours, it hit 1.2 million views. Not because of her flawless lip sync or smooth dance moves, no, it was something else. Something in the background. Something dark. Cassidy had risen to fame over the past year for her polished videos and bubbly personality. Her content was curated for perfection. Sunlit mornings, matcha lattes, thrifting hauls, and quirky story times. To her audience, she was the girl next door with a dream life. But not everything online is what it seems. It started with a comment. Did anyone else see the guy in the background at 023? First, it was ignored. Another troll fishing for attention. But more comments followed. Check the mirror reflection. There's a figure. Why did the closet door open by itself? Is that blood on the floor? Cassidy never responded. She rarely did. But her silence this time felt different. The video exploded across TikTok and spilled into Reddit threads, YouTube breakdowns, and Discord servers. Internet sleuths combed through every frame. Someone slowed the video down at 023. And sure enough, just for a split second, a silhouette moved in the mirror behind her. A tall, blurred figure, motionless, almost watching. Theories came pouring in. Some said it was a stalker. Others thought it was a prank. But a few users took it seriously. Very seriously. Cassidy's page, once filled with cheerful daily updates, suddenly went dark. No new uploads. No Instagram posts. No stories. For a creator who posted 3 times a day, this silence screamed louder than any video could. Then came the second video. It wasn't posted by Cassidy. It was uploaded by a fan account with only a few hundred followers. Captioned, Cassidy's deleted TikTok. You need to see this before it's taken down. The video was grainy and low-res. Cassidy sat cross-legged on her floor, whispering, "If anything happens to me, look at the messages. Don't trust the cops. He said he'd kill me if I talk. I think he already." The screen cut to black. TikTok removed the post within hours. The fan account was suspended. But the video had already gone viral on other platforms. YouTubers dissected every word. Twitter threads popped up analyzing her tone, her eye movement, the clothes she wore. Was this a hoax? A cry for attention? Or was Cassidy Lynn in real danger? 3 days later, Cassidy's name hit national headlines. TikTok star reported missing after cryptic video goes viral. Her roommate, Jess, told reporters she hadn't seen Cassidy in over 72 hours. The last time she saw her, Cassidy was acting paranoid, constantly checking the locks and whispering into her phone behind closed doors. She said someone was watching her, Jess said, but I didn't believe her. I thought it was just the pressure from being online all the time. Now I wish I listened. Police entered Cassidy's apartment on a wellness check. The place was spotless. Too spotless. All filming gear was gone. Laptop missing. Closet empty. No signs of struggle except for one thing. A smear of what looked like blood on the bedroom carpet. Testing would later confirm it was human. That's when everything changed. Reddit went into overdrive. Sleuths began combing through Cassidy's past videos, matching her apartment layout, decor, and even weather reports to build a timeline of her final days. One user, at ICU777, claimed to have messaged with Cassidy weeks before her disappearance. He posted, "She told me someone she used to date was stalking her. He made fake accounts, knew where she lived. I tried to get her to report it, but she said the police didn't take her seriously." Screenshots showed a username at JM Cryptic. No posts, just a blank profile. But the bio was chilling. Fame won't save you. This was no longer an internet mystery. This was real. Cassidy Lynn, one of TikTok's brightest stars, was missing, and her fans might be the only people who could help find her. Then came a voice message. posted anonymously on a private Discord server tied to TikTok true crime fans. They're all watching the wrong videos. The answers aren't in the popular ones. It's the drafts, the ones she never posted. Investigators were alerted. But TikTok doesn't retain draft videos once a user's account is deactivated, unless someone downloaded them. On day 5, a burner TikTok account uploaded a never-before-seen clip. Cassidy, again on the floor, whispering. He said if I talk, he'll make me disappear like the last one. He said he's done it before. I think he's serious. The comment section erupted. What do you mean the last one? Who's the he? This is a serial killer. By now, the media had dubbed the mystery figure the TikTok killer. Was it just a catchy name? Or was there something more? Because within hours of the latest video, someone else, another influencer, vanished. For a while, everything online looked perfect. Jake Underwood's TikTok account was thriving. His charming lip syncs, comedic skits, and fitness updates earned him over 300,000 followers. On the surface, he was just another rising influencer, handsome, energetic, relatable. But behind the ring lights and curated aesthetics, things were beginning to unravel. And soon, his digital mask would slip. It started subtly. A TikTok creator named @Cat the Clue, known for her real-life detective series, posted a stitched video of Jake. It featured a clip of him from a live stream where his normally vibrant energy seemed off. He was fidgety, sweating despite the cool lighting, and kept glancing off-screen, as if someone, or something, was watching him. Anyone else getting weird vibes from this? She captioned. Her followers didn't miss a beat. Comments rolled in. He looks scared. Someone's in the room. Look at the shadow at 3:04. This dude's hiding something FR. It wasn't long before TikTok's algorithm, ever hungry for controversy, began pushing the video. Suddenly, Jake's face was everywhere, but for all the wrong reasons. A haunting clue hidden in a loop. Then came the rabbit hole. A TikToker named @CrypticCam, who specialized in decoding subtle clues from influencer videos, posted an eerie analysis. In one of Jake's older TikToks, one where he danced to a trending audio in his kitchen, @CrypticCam zoomed in on a corner of the screen. There, barely visible in the reflection of the microwave door, was a bare foot. But Jake lived alone. That's not his foot, the TikTok investigator explained. It's too small, too pale, and too still. It doesn't move for the entire 15-second clip. The video went viral, over 2 million views in under 24 hours. Suddenly, Jake's comment sections were flooded with the same question. Who was in the microwave reflection? Jake went dark. No posts, no replies, not even a cryptic tweet. And that's when the real digging began. #FindCamila takes over. Within days, TikTok users stumbled upon a long-forgotten account tagged in one of Jake's earliest uploads at Camila Gone Wild. It belonged to a girl named Camila Perez, a former college classmate of Jake's. She had been missing for months, but no mainstream news had connected her to him. Until now, the internet detectives pieced together their connection quickly. Photos of Jake and Camila at parties, tagged photos on Instagram from 2019, and screenshots of flirty Twitter replies. But the most disturbing discovery came from Camila's final TikTok upload, a now-deleted video backed up by a Reddit sleuth. In it, Camila stands in what looked like Jake's apartment, laughing as she flips the camera toward him. He's shirtless, holding a frying pan, and says jokingly, "Careful, you're gonna get me canceled." That video was dated just 2 days before she disappeared. Police finally step in too late. After immense pressure from online communities using the #FindCamila, authorities reopened the missing persons case. Jake was officially named a person of interest, and news outlets picked up the story. CNN, Vice, and BuzzFeed all ran headlines like, "TikTok turned sleuth," "How social media tracked a suspect," and "Did a viral video expose a killer?" Jake tried to deny any wrongdoing. In an Instagram story, his only public response, he said, "Y'all are wild. Just because someone stays at my place doesn't mean I'm guilty of anything. Chill." But no one was chilling. The internet had already made up its mind. the clue that broke the case. While the authorities waited on search warrants, the internet found what they needed. A Reddit user who claimed to be Jake's downstairs neighbor posted a chilling video. It was a sound recording taken from their ceiling vent. In it, you could hear a muffled argument. Jake shouting, a woman screaming, "Stop, please." The date and time? The same night Camila's phone last pinged on location services. That was all it took. The police moved in. They found Jake in a rented cabin miles away, with burner phones, a bag full of cash, and one haunting souvenir, Camila's favorite necklace. To be continued. Jake Underwood was arrested and charged with the murder of Camila Perez. But the story was far from over. As investigators dug deeper into his digital trail, they began to suspect this wasn't the first time Jake had used his charm and his platform to hide something darker. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Jake Underwood sat in a stark interrogation room, lit only by a flickering fluorescent light that cast shadows across his once famous face. Gone was the smirking influencer persona. In its place, a silent, pale man who now knew the algorithm couldn't save him. But outside those concrete walls, the internet was still working overtime. Once authorities had Jake's devices, his laptop, multiple phones, and even his smart home system, a digital forensic team began sifting through every trace he'd left behind. What they uncovered painted a disturbing picture, one that confirmed what many online had already feared. Camila wasn't his only victim. Private files, public screams. Jake had an external hard drive hidden inside a false bottom drawer in his bathroom. When police accessed it, they found a folder named Memories. Inside, hundreds of videos and images cataloging months, even years of his secret life. Most of the content featured Jake talking directly to the camera. The difference? These weren't for public consumption. They were personal recordings, diary-like confessions laced with manic energy, obsession, and a dark fixation on control. In one video, dated 2 weeks before Camila vanished, Jake stares directly into the lens and whispers, "They think they know me. They only see what I let them see. But Camila, she's mine. She just doesn't know it yet." That video sent a wave of nausea through even the most seasoned detectives. Worse still were the screenshots of private DMs Jake had with dozens of young women, many of them fans who had messaged him after his viral TikToks. In those exchanges, a pattern emerged. He would lure them in with flattery, offer them collab opportunities, then pressure them into private meetups. Some went, most didn't. One girl who did, Jasmine Rain, had been reported missing in 2021. Her case was never solved. Until now, the TikTok that shouldn't exist. Then came a chilling twist. A user on TikTok, at Blue Eyed Clues, posted a video claiming she'd seen Jake in her own For You feed days after his arrest. She showed the clip, a TikTok posted under a burner account, with Jake dancing in what looked like a basement, wearing the same shirt seen in Camila's last video. The creepy part? The video was posted after he'd already been taken into custody. When police traced the IP address, they discovered it didn't come from Jake's phone or laptop. It came from a hidden phone, later discovered taped underneath a desk in the cabin where he'd been arrested. That phone revealed another disturbing discovery. A draft video never published, labeled Final Upload. In it, Jake stares into the camera, his smile slow and unnatural, and says, "If you're watching this, you're already too late. There's more of us out there, and we know how to disappear." Was Jake just the beginning? Investigators began re-examining cold cases in the cities Jake had visited over the last 3 years, each trip documented through TikTok travel vlogs, fan meetups, and branded collaborations. At least 5 missing persons reports were tied to those same cities and timelines. Now, detectives feared Jake might be just the tip of the iceberg, part of something bigger. Conspiracy theories exploded across Reddit and TikTok. Is there a network of influencer killers? What if these influencers are covering for each other? Jake's not the only one. He said we. That means there's more. Some of it was internet hysteria, but some of it wasn't. One investigative journalist, Maya Westbrook, discovered another mid-level influencer with disturbing overlaps. Same sponsor as Jake, similar travel dates, and eerily similar TikTok aesthetics. She turned over her findings to the FBI. Digital fingerprints and real-world consequences. In court, Jake's defense team tried to argue that all the videos were satirical, part of a performance art piece meant to challenge the parasocial nature of fame. They claimed Camila had left of her own volition and that the so-called confession tapes were misunderstood. The jury didn't buy it, especially after Camila's remains were found, buried in a shallow grave behind the cabin Jake had fled to. Her autopsy revealed signs of strangulation, defensive wounds, and one devastating clue: soil under her fingernails that matched the garden Jake posted about in a tutorial video titled, "How to Build a Raised Bed Garden in 5 Easy Steps." The video had been deleted, but the internet never forgets. Someone had downloaded and re-uploaded it to a Reddit archive. That video became Exhibit A. Hashtag Justice for Camila trends worldwide. The day Jake was sentenced to life in prison, Camila's parents posted a short video on TikTok, her mother holding her daughter's necklace, now recovered from Jake's belongings. "She wasn't just a trend. She was our baby, and we hope no other family has to go through what we did." The video was viewed 22 million times in 48 hours. The comments were filled with tributes. "Rest in power, Camila. TikTok did what the cops couldn't. The internet solved this case." But others warned, how many more are out there, hiding behind a ring light? To be continued. As one killer is locked away, more questions remain unanswered. Was Jake truly acting alone? Was there a network, one that uses virality as a weapon? And if so, who's next? The internet doesn't sleep. And neither did the army of TikTok sleuths who were now hooked on the case of missing teen Ava Brooks. With every new update, theory, and time-stamped clip, followers around the world dug deeper. Not just into the last moments of Ava's life, but into the lives of everyone she interacted with. The video that changed everything was only 9 seconds long. It wasn't graphic or dramatic. It was subtle, almost too subtle. Just a few seconds of Ava walking down a suburban street, recorded by a neighbor's Ring camera. She was looking down at her phone, but what viewers noticed wasn't Ava. It was the figure that appeared in the reflection of a car window she passed. It was blurry, shadowy, but unmistakably someone following her. Within hours, TikTok was flooded with slowed-down edits of the clip. Creators drew red circles around the reflection. They reversed the video, enhanced the brightness, even tried to isolate the audio. Most people dismissed it as a stretch. But one user who went by at Digital Criminology made a chilling discovery. He compared the blurry figure's silhouette with an older TikTok posted by Ava's friend and classmate, Marcus. The posture, the build, even the shirt, it all lined up. And then he zoomed in on something even more damning. A tattoo just barely visible on the wrist in the reflection. It matched Marcus's. Was it just a coincidence? The comments exploded with speculation. This explains his silence. Check his alibi now. Bro's guilty and thought no one would notice. TikTok detectives began combing through Marcus's old content. And that's when the disturbing pattern emerged. In the weeks leading up to Ava's disappearance, Marcus had posted increasingly dark and cryptic TikToks. One video showed him walking alone at night with the caption, "Some people deserve to be ghosts." Another was filmed in his garage, panning over what looked like thick rope, gloves, and duct tape. He'd captioned it, "Just a little weekend project." Nobody took it seriously at the time, but now everything took on new meaning. Police couldn't ignore the public outcry. After all, the case had already gained national attention, and public trust in law enforcement's ability to solve it had been wavering. Under pressure, investigators brought Marcus in for formal questioning. When asked where he was the night Ava went missing, Marcus said he'd been home watching Netflix. But digital forensics painted a different picture. His phone had pinged off a tower less than a mile from where Ava's phone last sent a signal, at the exact same time. Even worse, security footage from a gas station showed Marcus filling up a red gas can late that same night. In the background of the footage, the same hoodie he wore in one of his TikToks, the one people had matched to the shadow in the car window. When police searched his garage, they found more than just the props from his videos. They found Ava's necklace tucked in a toolbox. And that's when the story broke. Headlines read, "Social media unmasks suspected teen killer. TikTok detectives crack missing girl case." The platform that made him famous also took him down. Marcus was arrested on charges of kidnapping and murder. But the digital trail wasn't over yet. As law enforcement built their case, TikTok continued to unearth more disturbing connections. One user pointed out that Marcus had made a now-deleted playlist of TikToks from Ava, some dating back over a year. Another discovered Marcus had commented under several of Ava's videos using a fake account with disturbing messages like, "You'll be famous soon." Each piece added to the narrative. Marcus had been obsessed. He'd hidden in plain sight, building a facade of normalcy while descending into something much darker. The internet had watched the story unfold in real time. What started as a missing persons case had become a full-blown internet-fueled investigation. The audience that once used TikTok for dances and memes had now turned it into a digital crime lab, and they weren't done yet. The arrest of Marcus Hale shook the quiet suburb of Rosewood. What once seemed like just another missing teenager story had turned into a national media storm. He wasn't just the prime suspect, he was the symbol of something darker. How social media can become a stage for obsession, deception, and eventually murder. But while Marcus sat in jail, awaiting trial, TikTok kept spinning. Investigators were flooded with videos, theories, timelines, and even AI-enhanced clips uploaded by amateur sleuths convinced they'd uncovered something new. People pointed to other girls who had been tagged by Marcus. Others started dissecting his likes, comments, and follows, convinced he had a pattern, a digital footprint of predation that law enforcement had missed. One TikTok creator at Forensic Filter even created a full 3D model of Marcus's garage using only his TikTok videos and Google Maps images. It showed the angle of the camera, the possible path of Ava's entry, and where the necklace had likely been dropped. It went viral overnight, garnering millions of views. Some praised the work as better than what the cops did, while others questioned how far was too far when it came to internet justice. Meanwhile, Marcus's defense attorney built his argument. He claimed that the entire case was trial by social media, that the evidence was circumstantial, that Marcus's TikToks were performance art, and that the public had spun a false narrative. They even tried to suppress the footage of the reflection in the car window, calling it too speculative. But prosecutors had more than just TikToks now. A forensic sweep of Marcus's phone revealed hundreds of deleted images, some of which were recovered. Many were of Ava, taken without her knowledge. Screenshots of her private Instagram stories. Photos of her leaving school, grocery stores, even her backyard. One image, in particular, sent chills through the courtroom. A shot of Ava sleeping, clearly taken through her bedroom window. Time-stamped just 4 days before she vanished. It was undeniable. This wasn't just digital stalking. It was calculated, it was predatory, and it had escalated. As the trial played out, TikTok became its own courtroom. Clips from the trial were edited into montages. Reenactments were dramatized and posted for views. Hashtags like #JusticeForAva and #TikTokKiller trended for weeks. Some argued that the digital age had given victims a voice like never before. Others warned that it was becoming exploitation. In the end, the jury deliberated for only 6 hours. Marcus Hale was found guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and stalking. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But even after justice was served, the case left deep scars. Ava's parents withdrew from public life. They thanked the online community for helping, but pleaded with creators to stop using their daughter's image for clout. They were tired of seeing her final moments recycled into views. TikTok, meanwhile, rolled out new guidelines, tighter restrictions on true crime content, warnings about posting speculation. But the genie was already out of the bottle. The story of the TikTok killer proved one thing. In the digital age, everyone has a platform, but not everyone uses it responsibly. And somewhere between truth, obsession, and entertainment, the lines had been blurred forever. Final thoughts. The case of Ava Brooks wasn't just about a killer exposed. It was a mirror to our culture, A world where the line between content and reality is razor thin, where killers might perform for an audience, and where that same audience, armed with nothing but apps and instincts, might just solve a case before the police do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.